How much you make?
Not much this year. I've been.
How much do you make?
An hour and I'm sorry, it changes every year. Let's just say 18,000.
All right, so I'm not going to appoint you a lawyer on a drive while suspended. So you're going to have to go. You're going to have to go out and hire your own lawyer if you want a lawyer. Okay. All right. Good luck. You'll go down the
Judge?
hall. You'll get your notice. Yes.
I didn't hear the first part. I was muted in the courtroom. Could you give me the date and time, please?
Sure. And that was my fault. I kind of slipped through that. February 18th at 10 o'clock in the morning. So John, you're going to have to
Thank
walk
you.
out with him. He's going to have to get his bond and we'll go from there. Okay. We got an ATM here is what I'm trying to tell you nicely.
No, I understand that. The amount I was curious.
$200.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Gregory Mercer Light III. Yeah. Gregory Mercer III, 24W834-840.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mike Joe Crawford, representing Mr. Mercer.
Mr. Mercer, your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. It's Detective Serna, Whittier Police Department. My partner is grabbing him out of the cell right now as we speak.
Sorry. Okay. My apology. I didn't know he was in custody. I thought he was here. That's my fault. Are you here on this one with Mr. Haitian?
Yes.
Let's do that one first. People against Daniel Timothy Lopes, 26I700547. And I'm told that I was just told by my judicial clerk that the victim is online. Mr. Haitian, your appearance?
Your Honor, good morning to you, this day, Vincent Hanisha, P76506, with and on behalf of Mr. Lopes, who's president to my left.
Good morning to you. Your name?
Detective Constantine Secretaries with Grosse Ile Township Police Department.
Sir, your name?
Daniel Lopes.
All right, so this is the charge of assault with intent to do great bodily harm and aggravated assault. For purposes of arraignment, Mr. Haisha.
Way forward, you can stand by my lead, Your Honor.
Sir, I'm going to advise you of your rights. You have the right to remain silent. You do not have to say anything. If you do say something in or out of court, whether orally or in writing, it can be used against you. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to be represented by a lawyer not only today, but your lawyer at all subsequent court proceedings. And also, if you ever choose to submit to questioning with law enforcement officials, you do have the right to be represented by your lawyer at that questioning. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also have the right to a probable cause conference on the felony charge. At the probable cause conference, your lawyer will discuss this case with the prosecutor. If there's no resolution, we'll proceed to the preliminary exam. At the preliminary examination, as the count one, they have to show that the crime was committed and that you were the one who probably committed the crime. If they prove that, you'll be bound over for further proceedings to the circuit court. If they fail to prove that, then the case would be dismissed and you would be discharged. At least that count. You have a second count, a misdemeanor, that's a 1 year, but you don't have any right to an exam on it. Do you understand what I said? Or
Yes, Your
it's
Honor.
kind of jumbled. If you need me to repeat it, I will.
We've gone through it, Your Honor.
Okay, good enough. Let's see here. Probable cause conference. Heather, I don't know if I have one here.
You
It's,
know what, Judge? I don't think we did. So let me get you. It looks like that would be February 10th.
yeah, and then the 17th, right?
Yes, and that'll be at 9:15.
The PCC
Yes,
and the exam at,
that will be, let me get to her 17th here at 11:30.
okay, so Mr. Haisha, we're going to give you February 10th at 9:15. That's in front of Judge Hessen.
That'll be Zoom hearing for the problem.
Yes. And then the preliminary exam, obviously in person, that'll be at 11:30 on February 17th.
Well, that's bad. Of course.
Okay, now, so that's where we are, and I'm going to let you address bond. And where's the victim? Are you the victim, Mr. Caruth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to let the lawyer address bond, the prosecutor, I'm sorry, the detective, and I'll listen to what you have to say before I set the bond. Okay, can you tell me your name?
Eric Caruth.
All right, just bear with me 1 second. And by the way, before we go on, has he been printed yet?
No, yeah.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Mr. Haisha.
Your Honor, my client is 37 years of age, originally from the Massachusetts area, with school at Penn State, eventually matriculated to Michigan. He has been a Rose Hill resident for the past nearly 5 years, where he lives with his wife and 2 children. He is the next door neighbor to Mr. Caruth, so we aren't objecting to any type of no contact order. In fact, we understand that there is going to be a no contact order. I just want the court to be aware that my client, by nature of his living situation, is going to be in some sense of proximity towards Mr. Caruth. However, he understands he's not to speak to him, contact him, or have any contact with any of his associates, third party or otherwise. I want to indicate that he is currently a vice president at Loan Depot. He's held that position for more than 8 years.
Loan Depot?
Loan Depot, yes.
Okay.
He's in the mortgage industry, properly licensed. He is here with retained counsel. We've been in contact with law enforcement for months on this file. This was not a surprise that this proceeding ended up taking place to the extent that it's happening right now and that we're aware that we need to be in court. However, there were significant strides made in an attempt to resolve these matters prior to coming in today. We're here as it stands. I want to indicate as it pertains to, not to dive into a full factual analysis of this, but it pertains to the fact of this case, Your Honor, and I don't say this lightly. This is one of the more significant overcharges that I can imagine seeing in my 15-year career in law. I don't say that lightly before this court. The sum and substance of this, and I've seen video in this case, revolves around a mutual stepping outside at a establishment in Groseal between these two gentlemen. And what I can gather.
What establishment was it?
This was at Lloyd's. In
Okay.
And from what I can establish is a one push incident where Mr. Caruth ends up falling back. And I can only understand it to be that he believes that he was injured as a result of this. And then the prosecutor took a look at some injuries or alleged injuries and made a decision on that basis. But I just want to be clear that the conduct alleged in here is on video. And I've seen this video, and as an officer of the court, I'm representing the court. My understanding of that video is a single solitary push. Not to state anything beyond that, that is my understanding of it. With that said, with the fact that my client has no criminal history, is college educated, has all of his ties, meaningful ties within this community, is here and is cooperating with law enforcement, has retained counsel. He has no desire or necessity, frankly, to flee the jurisdiction. My position would be that a high personal bond, a high reconnaissance bond is appropriate with no contact provisions, Your Honor. I would also note, and to the extent that this is germane, that there was a money demand made on behalf of this victim where he proffered a potential exchange of the dismissal of criminal charges. So whatever value that is to the court, I think it's important to note for the record as to what the motive of this particular victim might be.
Tell me what happened. I don't know if I did this signing on record. I didn't do this, did I? No, I wasn't
It's
here.
actually Detective Delpia's case, and I'm just filling in for her.
Well, if it was done on the 23rd, I wasn't here. Tell me about it. What happened?
This is, I don't want to say it's a neighbor dispute that started with some fence line, a tree, pool filter that escalated to somehow both families ended up at Lloyd's with some type of conversation in the building, and then ultimately our victim and Mr. Lopes ended up outside is where the altercation happened. He is correct. It is captured on video.
Well, what kind of injuries did the victim have? I'm going to ask him in a second, but I'd like to know.
Your Honor. Like I said, it's just, I came in to do a totally different case to sign on the record. That's why I'm dressed the way I am.
What happened, Mr. Caruth? You're free to, I trust that you're going to address the court. That's why you showed up. You're free to tell me what you'd like to say.
My injuries, I had to have my ACL replaced and my meniscus, had a bucket handle tear of the meniscus and a impact fracture of the tibia. So I had to have 20% of my meniscus removed and then an ACL replaced.
Coincidentally, I just want the court to be aware that despite these purported injuries, Mr. Caruth did walk into the bar, finish his meal. This is again on tape. I've seen this tape. Finished his meal, walked back in with my client. My client was not attacking him or otherwise. They sat down. My client left. Mr. Caruth finished his meal with his wife, eventually left the bar. And we have video, this will come out during the examination, of him up and down his boat ladder within days of this
Do
incident.
you have the police report with you?
I do not.
So yeah,
I
got-
apologize for not being prepared, like I said.
they got to send that to you. I mean, I don't want to play a guessing game here. I'm getting two entirely different stories. How much does your client make?
My client makes meetings. It's over 6 figures per year.
What are you asking for?
Description of the court.
Did he push you down, sir? Is that what happened? You don't
He
have to
punched
be,
me.
pardon?
He punched me twice and then shoved me down to the ground.
10%. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law or ordinance. What is your address, Mr. Caruth?
8675 Cadillac Circle.
All right. No contact with Eric Caruth. You cannot write, phone, see, text, email, or communicate with him in any way. You're not to have any contact with prosecution witnesses at all except through your lawyer. You're not to enter the property address at Lloyd's at 8961 Macomb in Grosse Ile or at 8675 Cadillac in Grosse Ile. No firearms, no dangerous weapons. You do have to go over, so you cannot possess dangerous weapons or firearms. If you have any, you have to surrender those to Grosse Ile Police Department by 1 today. You also have to go to the Grosse Ile Police Department, be fingerprinted and photographed by 1 o'clock today, January 30th. Okay?
Judge, I just one other aspect of bond. I understand he's going to remain in the state of Michigan. He does have a 3-day
When is that?
personal trip from the 9th of February through, oh, excuse me, let me just pull my dates up. That would be from the 5th of February through the 9th. He would be in San Francisco.
Okay. You can leave the state to go to San Francisco between February 5th and February 9th.
Thank you.
Okay? What is it with all the Grosse Ile boundary disputes? I never seen anything like this. It's crazy. I don't want to say, it's just, all right. Thank you.
But
Good luck. Thank you, Mr. Caruth. So you understand the dates, correct, sir?
Yes. Yes, sir.
All
Your Honor.
right. Good luck. Good luck to you as well. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cherokee, Kathy, Myers, is this the one I called 25W839156, or did I call the other one, Detective? My apology. Gregory Mercer III, 248-34840. Mr. Mercer, your name?
Gregory Mercer III.
Mr.
Michael Crawford, representing this morning.
All right, for purposes of arraignment,
Your Honor, like I said, we wait for the truck. Just.
all right, I'll enter a not guilty plea. Where in the world has he been? These guys don't show up. I don't understand. Where you been, Mr. Mercer?
Well, last year I was taking care of my mom. She was in hospice, and I just left the house on my birthday. That's how I got pulled over.
My client was taking care of his mother in hospice. She passed away at the end of last year.
I'm really sorry
He
about that.
used all this money to pay for that funeral. That's why he could pay for this. And
This was in 24. He was supposed to be here and take care of this. He didn't show up twice.
I understand, Your Honor.
$100 cash bond. You cannot leave the state without consent. You cannot violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. I hope you can post that. Can you post that?
Today?
$100? $100?
Today,
Yeah.
I have $80,
How old are you?
22.
You gonna grow up a little bit, or you gonna act like a fugitive the rest of your life?
I'm gonna grow up.
Well, I hope so. I'll make it 80 cash. Don't miss again. You got me? Just show up. Talk to the judge. We're not that unreasonable. We'll give you an extension. This stuff about ignoring courts like this, I don't get it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Release them February 9th at 10. You'll be in front of Judge Hessen. Cherokee, Kathy, Myers, Jennings, 25W839156.
Yep, right here. Just go in front. Take your name.
Cherokee Myers.
Where has she been? Where you been? What do you want to say?
Your Honor, it's a similar circumstance.
I got every excuse in the world. You know what? I don't know. I'm going to write at least one book, but one might be the 2,972 different excuses I got. What's her excuse?
Your Honor, again, my client has just been kind of caught up with some difficulties in life, and
What kind of difficulties? Ma'am, what kind of difficulties? Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Oh, so I'm a dental assistant and we kind of went down on hours due to our docs leaving.
Wait a minute, I'm having a hard time hearing you. Get closer to that device, will you please? Say that again.
So I'm a dental assistant and we currently are having a little bit of difficulties being that our hours are getting cut due to
Wait, I didn't hear that last word. You're a dental assistant and what? You were having difficulties with what?
So our hours are getting cut down in my office due to the docs leaving, which leaves us no work to do. So I've been out of like hours for the last 2 months, just waiting on my manager to tell me when to come in.
Yeah, how many hours did you work in the last 2 months?
I was part-time there for about, I would say like 14 hours max.
A week?
And then I had another position in Detroit where I worked Wednesday through Friday. So I was full-time.
Why does that have anything to do with you not showing up here? Tell me, I gotta know. Why didn't you show up?
Not gonna lie, life has been a little crazy for me. So I kind of got distracted and forgot.
Ma'am, how much money do you have on your person? Otherwise, I got to set a bond you're not going to make. How much money you have in your possession right now? I'm asking you a question. Do you know I'm talking to you, ma'am?
Yeah.
How much money do you have?
I just spent my last $70 on my DTE.
Have anything, Your Honor?
All right, look, it's not that old as far as people not showing up go. I'll give you a personal bond, but stop doing this. You do this again, we're going to have a big problem. Personal bond. Ma'am, I'll tell you what I'm going to do for you. Well, let's just set up a payment plan.
Your Honor, we were gonna suggest a payment plan that I hope the court won't find disrespectful. My client is saying that she can afford to pay $30 a month starting February the 27th. So
I'll tell you what, I'll do that. You pay $30 per month beginning February 27th. Now, if you don't have the money, you call the court. I'll dismiss the show cause right now. We'll go on Zoom, or you can walk in here on or before any one of the due dates. I'll be glad to give you an extension, but don't ignore me again. I don't like this. I don't know too many judges that don't get agitated by it. You got me? You're not bigger than the system. You follow me?
Yeah.
All right, that's what I'll do. They'll release you. Good luck.
thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Edward, Michael, roll 21B 139703A, 22B 141560A, 22B 141560B, and 22B 141560C. So appearances, please.
Morning, Your Honor. Mike Crawford, representing Mr. Roll. Mr. Roll, please state your name for the record.
Edward Michael Roll.
All right. Detective, your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. Detective Crystal Tulas, Brownstown Police Department.
Let's see. I don't get it. So let's start with A, B, and C. He's got to suspend drug paraphernalia and false information from 2022. Let's start with those. What does he wish to do?
Your Honor, I would like to stand mute, waive formal reading.
Not guilty pleas are entered on all of those. He hasn't shown up on those cases. And then I've got another probation violation over here. And I'll come back to these files and set a bond. So give me what he's going to do on the probation violation, which is in front of Judge Hudson, 21B 139703A.
My client guilty to all the allegations.
Is that what you want to do, Mr. Roll?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hang on. I didn't ask you to speak yet. Just let me finish.
Yes,
You
sir.
got multiple violations here, and you have not been here since you were supposed to be here in 2022 on this case. It was adjudicated. I have a 4, 5, 6, 7 count show cause And your lawyer tells me you wish to plead guilty to all 7 counts. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
You've absconded, so you could get the maximum, which is 93 days in jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Now, I'm going to take the plea, and then I'm going to go ahead and have to send it back to Judge Hessen for sentence. I hope everybody understands that. Do you understand that, Mr. Roll?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
And you do, right, Mr. Crawford?
Understood.
You're charged with these 7 counts. If you plead guilty, like I said, you could get 93 days. And I want you to understand that your probation could be revoked. And what happened to my oh, here it is. I'm sorry. All right. You have certain rights before we proceed with the hearing. If you plead guilty, you're giving up your right to remain silent, your right to a hearing, your right to cross-examine probation witnesses, your right to bring in your own witnesses, your right to testify or remain silent and not have that silence held against you if you choose to exercise that right. You have the right to cross-examine their witnesses. If you plead guilty, you're waiving your right to a hearing of any kind. We won't have a hearing. The convictions or probation violation charges would be deemed admitted, and then Judge Hessen will sentence you on that. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. As the count one that from the show cause dated 7/27/22, how do you plead to the charge of failing to attend your probation visits on July 12 and July 27? Guilty or not guilty, sir? Talk to me, not her.
Guilty.
Did you fail to attend your scheduled probation visits on July 12 of 22 and July 27 of 22?
Yes, I did, Your Honor. Guilty.
To the charge you failed to attend the victim's impact panel, how do you plead?
Guilty.
You failed to attend the victim's impact panel.
Yes, Your Honor.
To the charge you failed to pay your fines and costs as ordered, balance 1821, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Did you fail to pay those funds?
Excuse me, Your Honor, say
Did
that
you
one more
fail
time?
to pay those fines and costs?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
To the charge that you failed to schedule and attend your 7 days on the court work program, count 4, how do you plead?
Guilty.
You failed to do that.
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
To the charge that you failed, this is count 6, that you failed to provide proof of completing 24 hours of community service by September 21 of 22, how do you plead?
I plead guilty, Your Honor.
Did you fail to do that?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
To the charge that you failed to, well, this is count 5, failure to submit to weekly testing, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
You failed to do that.
Yes, I did.
Count 7, that you failed to attend and complete an intensive outpatient treatment program, how do you plead?
I plead guilty, Your Honor.
You failed to do that.
Yes, sir.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Pleas are accepted to all 7 counts. They'd only be paying him a couple $1,000,000 if he was playing in the major leagues. He just went 0 for 7. He doesn't show up. He's got no respect. Go ahead. What are you telling me? Well, there's nothing to say other than we're going to address bond here.
Yes, Your Honor. My client would like me to let the court know that his reason for not appearing earlier is he's had transportation problems.
He lives in Allen Park. Is that what you told your lawyer? I don't want to know what you told your lawyer. I don't want to know. Don't answer that. Transportation problems.
Yes, Your Honor. Even
Your Honor.
in terms of working, Your Honor, the only way he gets to and fro work is that his employer is willing to come pick him up and bring him to the job site.
Yeah, what do you want to say, Detective?
Your Honor, and during my conversation with Mr. Roll this morning, it's my understanding that he had some serious issues dating back to 21 and 22 involving substances and drugs and alcohol, and he was living in between several places that may have contributed to his failure to appear. I'm not providing an excuse, but those are the things that he tells me. He tells me he's been clean for 4 years and wants to accept, the reason he's accepting responsibility today is because he's trying to turn his life around before he turns 60.
How old is he?
59, Your Honor.
So that's your cutoff date, 60, huh?
It's got to be some kind of date, Your Honor. This is getting old, and I'm getting no younger.
On 560 A, B, and C, 2,510%. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. We're going to give you a date here. Those are going to be on February the 4th at 10:15. You'll be in front of Judge Hessen on these cases. Arraignment, pretrial, pretrial, I should say, February 15 at 10, I'm sorry, February 4. What am I saying? February the 4th at 10:15. So you're going to have to post $250 to secure your release on those charges. And those are the bond conditions on those. Again, no alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs. You cannot leave the state. You cannot violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. All those same bond conditions apply to the other charge, the drunk driving or impaired driving charge, 40,000, 10% on that. So same bond conditions. You're going to have to post 4250 to secure your release. That will also be in front of Judge Hessen. That will also be on February the 4th at 10:15. Any questions, sir?
No, Your Honor.
If you somehow post a bond, I'd strongly suggest you come back. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do, Your Honor, for sure.
All right. That's it. Good luck. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Perry, John Patrick Perry, 26I-701030. Thank you, Mr. Crawford. Thank you. Your appearance,
Chief Epic, Mr. Pierce, Roseville Township.
raise your right hand, solemnly swear affirm under penalties of perjury, the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole true self you got.
Yes, sir. Your Honor.
You know what? You could probably do this one down the hall. I'll take it. It's just in the future.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. On Monday, December 8th, 2025 at approximately 3:07 PM, Officer Canterbury was operating stationary radar east side of Meridian near Meridian Elementary School. Radar was in stationary mode. He observed a gold colored 2012 Ford Escape, Michigan registration, BYW 3193 driving at a high rate of speed. Radar gave an indication of 53 miles per hour with a consistent tone and a 35-mile-an-hour zone. Patrol Canterbury followed the vehicle, which was disregarding the police lights and sirens, up East River and eventually came to a stop at McColeman East River. Patrolman Canterbury made contact with the jet driver, who was the sole occupant. He was John Patrick Perry. While speaking with Mr. Perry, he noticed glassy eyes, watery eyes, watched cheeks. During the conversation, Mr. Perry did admit to having 1 to 2 drinks that day. Knowing that Mr. Perry has a warrant for his arrest out of Roseville Township for a misdemeanor OWI, Mr. Perry was placed under arrest for the warrant, and it was decided to conduct standardized field sobriety test, safety of the booking area of Roseville PD. Mr. Perry failed the horizontal gaze. He also failed the column test. He also failed to pick a number between 10 and 12. He also could not perform the finger to nose test. Mr. Perry was read his preliminary breath test rights, which gave a result of 0.16. Patrolman Canterbury then read the chemical test rates from DI 177. The test results on the Intoxilizer 9000 were 0.13 grams of alcohol per 210 liters of breath. Test number 1, test number 2 was 0.13 grams of alcohol per 210 liters of breath. All results were entered in lean.
That's good. Based on your sworn testimony, I find that crime OWI was committed. There's probable cause to believe it was committed by the defendant. I'm going to ask you to sign this. I know you signed it on the 27th,
Yes.
but I waited that out since we're doing the signing on record today. I'll just ask you to sign the complaint there. And there is, again, probable cause to believe that the crime of OWI, excuse me, OWI was committed. Probable cause to believe the crime was committed by the defendant when authorized the issuance of the complaint and the warrant. So
The courtroom turned
Mr.
tense as
Perry read his
excuse after
preliminary
excuse
breath
hit the
test
judge's
grades,
desk.
which
Missed
gave a
court
result
dates,
of
unpaid bonds,
0.16.
forgotten hearings, and
Uh,
stories that
it-
didn't add up.
Bill McCanterbury then
One defendant claimed
read the chemical
hardship,
test rate from
another
DI
said life got
177.
crazy. But the
The
judge
test
wasn't
results
buying
on
it.
the atoxylizer
Bonds were
9000
set,
were
warnings were
0.13.
issued, and the message was
Grams
blunt.
of alcohol per
Court
210
isn't
liters of
optional,
breath.
and
Test number one,
responsibility
test number
doesn't
two was
pause for
0.13 grams of
excuses.
alcohol per
Some
210
walked
liters
out
of
with
breath.
second chances.
All results
Others
were
with
entered in
strict
lean.
conditions and hard deadlines. This wasn't mercy or punishment. It was accountability.
that's good.
Do you think
Based
the
on your
judge
sworn
was fair
testimony, I
or too
find that
lenient?
crime
Like,
OWI
share,
was
and
committed.
follow for real
There's probable
courtroom
cause to
moments.
believe